Alright guys, so in this video I will be giving you guys another video on what you guys could pretty much be wearing in this game. So another drip ideas basically in NCAA 25 or college football 25. So yeah, I'm gonna give you guys 4 different styles that you guys could use. So yeah, I don't want to make this intro too long, so let's get straight into it. Hopefully you guys like these out. Alright, so the first style that I will be showing you guys, this one's basically I would like maybe use this for like a linebacker. As you guys can see, it looks pretty good. So to have this type of style, what you want to do for your helmet is you want to make sure you have a speed flex on it. For the face mask, you want to go with just the speed flex 2 bar in the visor. You want to make sure it's on dark. Mouthpiece, I just go with white, and then the face marks, you guys could just choose which one you guys like. Moving on to the torso, for the jersey style, make sure you have the rolled jersey. As you guys can see, it's going to give that nice look. And then for the undershirt, you want to make sure you have no undershirt, right? So as you can see, you should be looking like this. And for the back plate, you want to make sure you have a standard back plate on. And then for the shoulder pads, make sure you're using the small shoulder pads. That's pretty much all you want. And then for the arms, so for the left arm, we're not going to have anything, and the same goes with the right arm. For the left and for the right elbow, we will be using the arm brace. So as you can see, the arm brace is going to give us that really nice look to this style. And that pretty much makes the entire thing for this one. But for the left wrist and for the right wrist, I just went with a basic wrist taped light white. So I just went with the white one. Looks pretty nice in my opinion. And then for the left hand and for the right hand, which is basically your gloves, I just went with the Nike Vapor Knit gloves secondary color. I would recommend using secondary color gloves. I know like some schools are different. Like you're not going to find almost like the exact same gloves that I'm using. Some schools might be Adidas, some schools might be Nike, so I just recommend going with the glove that has that secondary color. And moving on to the lower body, so for our base layer, we're going to of course be going with the base layer socks. And then for the pants, we're going to be going with pants above the knee. Towel, now towel, it's up to you. I don't have a towel just because I don't really like the look of a towel, but you definitely could add one. It definitely could look nice if you add one, but it's just up to you. And then for the feet, so for the shoe model, like I said, every school is different. This one I just went with the Nike Vapor Carbon Elite TDs. It looks pretty nice. It matches like the entire outfit basically. And yeah, this is pretty much, once you do all that, it's pretty much what you're gonna get. And of course, make sure you of course go with the high socks. But yeah, once you do all that, like I said, this is what you will be getting. It looks pretty nice in my opinion. Great look, great style. And like I did say, this is more for that linebacker type of look. In my opinion, it looks amazing. This is definitely my go-to when I'm using a linebacker. Alright, so the next look that I will be showing you guys, now this is, in my opinion, you guys could use this for pretty much any position in the game. I would maybe say like a wide receiver, running back, even like a defensive back. But yeah, this is a great look in my opinion. This is also a very popular look that I do see a lot. So to get this type of look, for the helmet, again, we will be going with the speed flex. We're going to be using the regular face mask, and for the visor, go dark, mouthpiece, go white. So once you do that, go to the torso. And then for the jersey side, we will be using a rolled jersey, but this time, make sure you do have a compression t-shirt. And then for the back plate, make sure you have a back plate on because it just makes it look a lot more better. But moving on to the arms, so for the arms, for the left and for the right arm, we will be using an arm sleeve quarter white. So we will be using that white color. And then moving on to our elbows. So for our elbows, we will be using a elbow sweatband full white. So make sure you use that for your left elbow and for your right elbow. And then for your left wrist and for your right wrist, we will be going with the wristband normal white. So as you can see, it's pretty much 2 wristbands type of look, and it looks pretty nice. But moving on to our gloves. So for the gloves, I would recommend using a team color glove. So just go with the team color. You guys could choose any gloves. Just make sure it's a team color or else it's going to look a little weird. So for me, my team color is red, so it gives that nice look. Now moving on to the lower body, base layer, we will be using the base layer socks. And for the pants, again, we will be going pants above the knee. And for the towel, I went and actually added a towel. I added the West one. So West towel. And then for our feet, shoe model, I went with the Nike Vapor Edge. I kind of just went for some cleats that are white and have that red color in there. So I recommend going with white cleats if you're going to go for this look. Sock height, we'll be going with high socks. And then once you do all that, as you guys can see, this is how your player should be looking. So like, again, like I said, you can pretty much use this style for any position that you guys want. I recommend maybe like a defensive back, wide receiver, running back, even a quarterback. But yeah, this is definitely one of those styles that you guys could use for any position. So let's get on to the next one. All right, so now I will be giving you guys a nice quarterback look that you guys can use. So as you guys can see, do a quick little 360. As you guys can see, it looks pretty nice if you're a quarterback. This is definitely something that I would wear if I was, of course, a quarterback. So honestly, yeah, I would kind of say if you aren't a quarterback, don't use this type of style. But basically for the helmet, this time we will be using an F7. And then for our face mask, I did go with the Z10 cage. And of course, go with the dark visor, go with the white mouthpiece. And then moving on to our torso, jersey style, we will be going with the tight sleeves. And then for the undershirt, this time we're not using any undershirts. And then same with the back plate, no back plate will be used for this type of style. And then for our arms, so for our left arm, go with the baggy arm sleeve team color. All right, so for our right arm, we will be going with the undershirt team color. So make sure it's your team color. I just think it looks the best, so make sure you have that on. And for our left elbow, we're not going to be using anything, but this time for our right elbow, we will be going with an elbow sweatband full white. So make sure you have that on. And then for our left wrist, we're not going to have anything. Same goes with the right one. Or actually, our right one, we will be using the band Coach Black. So pretty much want this for a quarterback. It just makes it look nicer. Makes you look like of a quarterback. And then for the left hand, for the right hand, which is basically your gloves. Now, some people don't use gloves as a quarterback, but this time I actually just went with the team color gloves. But it's up to you. If anything, I would maybe just not use a glove on the hand you're throwing on, but this is a game, so I mean, it doesn't really matter. It's just up to you. I know in real life you probably wouldn't use a glove, but in a game maybe you could, but anyways, for our base layer, for our lower body, again, we're using the base layer socks. For the pants, again, above the knee. And then for our towel, we'll be having a towel west. And then for our hand warmer, of course, we need a hand warmer. And make sure it's behind you, right? So for the position, make sure it's behind you, not in front of you. Just makes it look better. And you could actually see it while you're playing. And that's pretty much all you need for the lower body. And then for the feet, so for the cleats, I recommend just going with cleats that match your team color. So I just went with red. And then for the sock height, I just went with the high socks. And yeah, once you do all that, you pretty much get this nice look. Like I did say, this is more of that quarterback type of look. It looks pretty good in my opinion. So if you're a QB out there, this is definitely something that I would wear. So yeah, I highly recommend using something like this. It looks pretty nice in my opinion. And yeah, let's move on to the next one. All right, so this last style that I'll be showing guys, now this one is basically for like a running back. So to start off with the head or the helmet, we're going to be using an F7 for the face mask. This time, use a Z10, and for the visor, I did actually go with the Oakley Clear this time, so I'm kind of doing something different here. Now, moving on to the torso, jersey style, we will be going with the tight sleeves, and then no undershirt. And then for the back plate, make sure you do have a back plate on, just makes it look better. And then moving on to our arm, so for our left arm and for our right arm, we will be using the arm tape long off whites. So make sure your tape is white. It just looks the best white. Moving on to the elbows. So for the left elbow and the right elbow, we will be using the band thin team color. It just makes it look nice. There's something there. It doesn't make it look basic. And then for our left wrist and for our right wrist, we're pretty much doing the same thing. Just go with the wrist tape light team color. And moving on to our gloves. So for our gloves, I just went with white gloves. So I recommend just maybe putting on some white gloves. Doesn't really matter which one you use. So you should be getting, something like that. And moving on to our lower body. For our base layer, this time we're just going to select none. And then for our pants, we'll be going with pants above the knee. And then for our towel, I went with the towel southwest. So it should look something like that. And then for our hand warmer, we don't have any hand warmer for this one. And that's pretty much all you need to do for our lower body. And then for our feet, for our shoe model, I just went with the Nike Vapor Edges. I just went with some cleats that have white in them. So as you can see, these are white, so I just went with these. For our sock height, again, I just went with the high socks, and then I didn't use any left spats or right spats. Even though you definitely could, you definitely could use these. Honestly, I might even add them. I might just add them just to, do something different. And yeah, you should get something like this once you do all that. It looks pretty nice. So I'm gonna do a little 360. So this is a pretty good look that you do end up getting. I put on some red spats. Let me know if it looks better. I think it actually does, in my opinion. But yeah, this is definitely one of those looks that you could go with if you are a running back. It looks pretty nice, in my opinion. You guys can try it out if you guys want. You guys can make your guys' own adjustments if you guys want. But that's pretty much going to be it for today's video. Another idea on some, you guys could be wearing when you're playing the game. So let me know if you guys have like any other recommendations. But in my opinion, I actually like all these 4 that I showed you guys. I know last time I showed you guys 5, maybe soon I'll do another 5. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. If you guys like these, drop a like, comment down below which style is your favorite. Mine is probably the first one or the second one, but these are all great in my opinion. You guys could definitely use these, they all look good. Comment down below if you guys want me to make a part 3. But yeah, that's pretty much gonna be it for today's video.